Inventor Dan Zen. Just come up with one on the other video that was interesting and worth exploring more. But as always, these are pretty tricky to keep track of, even over a small amount of time. Hence the introduction to the cameras in general. But ran out of batteries on the other one, so the thread is now over there and I'm over here. Now, it left me with a word, something like the tool. It was the tool. We were talking about tools. And the question as to whether or not the finger on on some dust, if you take a finger and mark it on some dust, and you can shade that dust. And then I hurt my finger, ouch, because I was doing that. I was outside at Zen Corner, hanging out and writing in the dust some ideas, 3 or 4 ideas all at once. It required sort of urgent writing, and there was the dust. So I hurt my finger, brought it back, and the question is the finger, as I brought it and put it on the mouse, you know, the finger was making the mouse move. So what relationship is there between the finger and its tool in the medium of the dust and a finger on the mouse, where the mouse is taken over from the finger to be multimodal? In a sense, it can be a finger, it can be a coloring brush, it can be all sorts of different things that will sculpt and paint and write and so forth. That's all represented, say, with the finger on the mouse. So it's with knowledge, with seeing that other meta level, that we can do this. Hence, that other meta level is not beyond sight, and therefore it's not the same type of system. Kind of 100, 200 maybe ideas just like that that I've come across. So I'm trying to explore those. Video is helping me, but then you have to process the video. So that's where various inventions like Zen Mix have come in, which try and allow these videos to be mixed with pictures. I also realize that it mixes video with video, and it mixes interactive works with interactive works. Do you get what I mean? I am probably the first interactive mixer in the world. I'm serious about that. And this is another one. I've got at least 100 firsts of things like that with the same magnitude if they just work out. You know, at least 100. Most of my inventions have all kind of been there, all the Dan Zen sites. At least a quarter of them are revolutionary and firsts in their categories. That's sort of a bold boast, perhaps. 10 years of online creations, games and gadgets, given to you in a deck of 52 original games and gadgets. There we go. And this poster went out. And it sort of concluded my postering. I have a variety of posters here that represent the early ages of Dan Zen up to about that point. I haven't really postered. This was the last poster I did, and I hadn't postered a couple of years even before that. Op Artica was the previous poster, I believe, and that was 2000. I don't really want to be famous per se. And this is me. You know, do I want to be famous? It's not what's motivating me. What's motivating me is that I would like people to think about things. And not just daily things like their automobiles and their jobs, but actually thinking about each other. Do I think about each other? Yes, I do. Thinking about each other in a community that thinks about each other. So thinking about thinking, that's a meta phrase, right? And I'm going to turn Zen motto into something like that, potentially, where you just sort of say thinking. Each person has their own ideas and their own ways that they want to live. But people hide behind it now. And they sort of say, you know, no, this is how I am. Sorry, you can't tell me anything. And that happens a lot. We're missing gurus. We're missing people who try and encourage people to think. I live in Dundas. I mean, it's not Toronto, it's not New York, it's not places where there may be lots of intellectual talk going on. So if you're hearing this, if this ever gets published or anything like that, and you're thinking, well, geez, I'm rife with intellectual talk. It might be the mark of a traditional philosopher who would sit and do something like that, or a mathematician. There are different fields. I do agree. So we'll leave it at that, and that's a kind of a meta addition to a series that I just did. I'm Dan Zen. Goodbye.